Hello, hello. Oh, let me turn this music down a little bit. Oh, that's unfortunate. Tried to set up, as you can see, the lip sync with my avatar. Sometimes the sync is a little off, so I just need to restart my PNG Tuber program. But anyway, hello everybody. If you're here, welcome to the channel. I'm just gonna turn myself off for a second. There we go. But yeah, welcome to the stream. If you are here, today the plan is to finish Fighting Fantasy 1. So we're gonna try to finish that out. Oh yeah, that's much better with the sync, I think. Cool. Yeah, let's see. Okay, there we go. Perfect. It is not perfect yet, but I wanted to give the lip syncing a little bit of a try. There's some stuff I could do to improve it, but we'll deal with that later. Anyway, welcome to the third stream. As I was saying, I am going to be finishing out the Fighting Fantasy 1. If you weren't here for the first stream, it is a choose your own adventure book, written in the early 80s. It's kind of I wouldn't say predecessor, but definitely an early RPG sort of thing. It's basically an RPG, a solo RPG in a book, if you want to think about it that way. We are doing some map drawing and keeping some notes, which I have, as stated last time, I have redrawn that map. So hopefully it's a little easier to follow along. But we'll get there in a couple of minutes. One other thing I do want to mention is I should be dual streaming onto YouTube and Twitch now. So hopefully, if you're over on the YouTube side, you can see this. I'm getting the way I'm doing it. I'm not super familiar with it. I haven't really played around with the tool yet, so the stream might not be super good quality over there. I'll probably still upload this VOD over to YouTube, the one I'm recording locally. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Besides that, if and when we finish Fighting Fantasy 1, we're going to continue Yakuza Like a Dragon. I'm really looking forward to playing some more of that. That was really fun. What else? Oh, at the same time, I did the kind of lip syncing stuff. I did retool my model. I keep saying model, but I guess it's just the avatar technically. So I retooled my avatar a little bit. Clothes are a little different, and hopefully it's a little bit higher resolution now. And yeah, I want to, like I said, I want to make a video going over exactly what I'm using for this channel and what I've used to create my avatar and all of that. And I will at some point record a video and post that over on YouTube for everybody to see. But other than that, what else has been going on? I do have a hand cam set up today, so you can actually see me roll dice. I don't have that set up on this page, but you'll see it. That does remind me that YouTube chat is still work in progress. I haven't been able to get that up on the screen yet. It doesn't plug in the same way as Twitch's chat does. At least I haven't set it up that way yet. So we'll fix that over time. But the reason I mention that is because in the main screen, that's where the hand cam is going to be for now. It's just over where the YouTube chat would be. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. I think it should be fine. Sorry, give me 1 second here. Okay. Let me get rid of some of this stuff. There we go. Let's find... Yeah, this song's almost over. I was gonna say, let's find something a little bit more energy. Like I said, I was running behind today, but well, that'll do it. Yeah, so I was running behind today. I overslept a little bit, so sorry if I'm a little bit out of it. I'm still waking up a little bit, but oh, another thing that I forgot to mention is if you should have, at least on Twitch, you should have in the options there should be a section for captions now. I have a plugin for that, so if you enjoy captions, I can't say that it's going to be 100% correct, but it is using the Google API, so it should be pretty decent. But yeah, if you're interested in that, there should be a thing down there. Just wanted to make sure you knew about that if you wanted it. Other than that, I think we could pretty much get started jumping back into Fighting Fantasy 1. Let me pop over to studio mode, make sure everything's looking okay. Cool. Okay, yeah, I think we're good over here. Hopefully you can hear me over the music. I did notice the last couple times I was streaming, my music was a little, or not music, but just the overall desktop volume was a little loud compared to my mic, so I'm going to try to reduce that slightly. Although, the music doesn't, I have a separate volume for that, so I can up that up and down. But anyway, I did redo the character sheet over here. If hopefully you can see my mouse, kinda. But yeah, I rewrote the notes so I can keep myself organized there. If you weren't here last time, the way this game works is it is a choose your own adventure book. So we're going through the book, and just like a traditional choose your own adventure book, you're really going through and following along with the pages and everything like that. So you can see, just take for example, we're currently on 177, so I don't want to read any of the other ones, but we'll read over 177, just as an example. You're currently standing in a north-south passage. To the north, you can see a passage off to the east. To investigate, turn to 52. To the south, there's a passage that turns westward. You may go to the southern end of this passage by turning to 391. In the west wall, in front of you is a secret door. To go through this door is 175. And so we go through like that. If we have to fight anything, we roll 2d6, which you can see right over here in my hand cam. 2d6, and we add that to our skill for both sides. So that works for the enemies and myself. So I got, what was that, a 9? So I would get a 21, and say the enemy has a 5. They would get like, was that an 11? So I would win, and whoever loses gets a wound, which is -2 stamina. Stamina is your health, essentially. So yeah, it just works like that. We go down here. Oops. Always forget that it's not scroll. But we can put monster stats in these little boxes down here to compare. Besides that, there is a thing called Test Your Luck, which we'll get into, but anytime I test my luck, you lose a luck point. So that's what that is for. If in the text somewhere it says we can eat a provision, we can gain 4 stamina back. And then this is just a little note that I had from... We picked up somewhere. Someone mentioned that the boat keys are guarded by a man and his dog. So we just have that extra note there. But I did remake the map that I made last time, so hopefully it's a little clearer. This is just where we currently are. Where I just read is actually this spot right here. You can see current position 177. This is just the unconnected areas where I don't actually know where things connect yet. However, This is the main map now. So we actually came in down here and followed along these paths. The ones that don't connect are just ones that I have not followed. So you can kind of see my path through the dungeon. Whoops, excuse me. So that that'll help in case I die or something like that, and we want to get back to where we are. Although I'm doing pretty well, I do have the highest skill you can get, so that you can roll because you roll 2d6 to get your skill at the very beginning, and I ended up rolling a 12. So I've been doing pretty well so far. I've gotten pretty, as you can see, pretty far in. The reason I am in an unconnected area currently is because there's like this maze situation after this river we came to. There's even this old man in this room called the Maze Master. But there's these dead ends and stuff that keep knocking me out or like moving me around. You can see, let's see, there's at least 2 dead ends that will knock me out. You can see this one says ouch here. That's because I got hit on the head with a rock. And then there's another one that I just got like poison gassed or something. I don't remember. But yeah, that's all. That's all to do with this. So yeah, I ended up here, and I don't exactly know where I am. I feel like I came through this door here, but I couldn't figure out where it was connected previously. Though I feel like I should know. Ah, okay. I just figured it out. We're right here. In fact, something I can... Well, actually, I don't know if I can do it now. I was gonna say that I could just move it over, but I don't know if I still don't know if I have my layer set up. Let's see here. Actually, show the Dockers real quick. One sec. Okay, cool. Just making sure I have my... I did actually set my layers up. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Just want to select that one and get rid of that. Okay. Actually, I guess I do need those. I'm still learning some about Krita, so might take me a minute to figure out what I'm doing here. There we go. That's the right one. I just want to take this. All right. If I move that, okay. I just want to make sure I didn't grab the background as well. Tools. Let's see here. That goes right here. Cool. Let me move this and we'll adjust this because... Oh man, I don't have my color set up. There we go. I keep having to turn the Dockers on and off because wait, what? Oh, there we go. Because the way, for whatever reason, I can't make this sidebar any smaller than it is. So it's just like totally in the way for capturing purposes. So I keep having to turn it on to get to my tools and stuff, but Whatever. We'll deal with it. All right. And like I mentioned before, the book does say to keep decent notes, so I decided to do a little mapping up I decided to do mapping like this because it's a little easier to follow along, I think. But for now, I just want to continue these up a little bit because I want to get rid of this. I can actually use an actual eraser now, so that's pretty cool because I actually have layers this time. Perfect. Perfect. Reason I did that is because if you read the description, the pathway's supposed to be up here, not further down. Excellent. Yeah. Oh, and then I'll erase this door because we already have it, and I don't need to know where I am now. We'll actually get started here in a minute. I just didn't realize when I drew this that this was already connected here. But that is totally okay, because we're all set up now. Okay. Rid of my selection and the Dockers. Perfect. Alright, so this is where we are currently. It's just outside this door 175. Because we're at 177. It's not marked on here because it's not a direction to go. It's just a location that you get to. So, as stated previously, we're standing in a north-south passage. There's a north of you can see a passage that goes off to the east. South of me, there is a passage that goes off to the west. So that's going to be down here. As you can see, there's a portcullis here that closed on me last time. So there's nowhere to go down there. And as you can see, we have a couple of areas to go up here. So, it says if I want to investigate, turn to 52. Interesting. See a passage off to the east view. Huh. Interesting. I know this is correct because the numbers lined up. Including right here, you can see 362, which actually ends me up at that location at 177 because they point together. Yeah, I'm not sure why investigating is 52 instead of this number though. If I want to go south, it's 330 or 391. And then if I want to go through the secret door, I've already been through the secret door, which gets me over to where the Maze Master is. There is like this section, which I don't know what it goes to because I didn't check that out, but it is kind of bumping up against this. So I don't know. I might have to fix that, but without knowing exactly how the layout actually works, I can't have done a perfect job with the drawing, and I probably still can't. So it's not a big deal. But that's neither here nor there. What we're going to do is we're going to turn to 52, because that's the page that we have here. I'm hoping we can go this way, down the 291 path, but we'll see. I'm guessing 52 brings me to this intersection, and it's just going to say go whatever direction you want. So we gotta scroll on over to 52. Standing at a T-junction, where there is a passage to the east that comes off a north-south corridor. To go south, yep, this is the same thing. This is where I got all these numbers to begin with, I'm pretty sure. So, I had a philosophy last time we were playing this, to say that As you can see, I can actually show it a little easier this time. Oh god, that's the whole map. Me. Let me get back to my pin here. Okay, but yeah, as you can see, if I move over here, we came in from all the way down here at the bottom. So everything's going north. You can see where we're going. The story is that we've come to like a place with like there's notoriously treasure in here, and there's a warlock that lives at the top of this mountain. So we're going deeper into a mountain. But everything is tending to go north, so I like to go laterally when I can, and even more so I like to go down. I like to go south if I can, because I feel like that helps me. It's been helping me explore more. So that said, we're gonna go to 291, as previously mentioned, because that is laterally instead of just heading north, which I think would essentially just continue us on the path without exploring everything. And apparently we need some keys and things to get through the last treasure, which I think I have one. I have a key labeled with the number 99, so we'll see. We'll see what that actually comes to later on. Okay, so 291. You're standing in the middle of an east-west corridor. To the east is a dead end. Okay, so to the east is a dead end, which you can investigate by going to 315. To the west is a similar junction. To go that way go to 52. Another passageway, quite a short one, leads off to the north and ends in a large wooden door. If you wish to go that... Okay. So I'm standing in the middle of an east-west passage. Okay, so my understanding, the way I'm reading this, is that there's a passage here. It says there's quite a short passage here, I think, with a door. And then, like, essentially both of these are ends, but this is a dead end. Need to adjust my pin size. It's too big. Okay. Better. So that's a dead end, and then this one is... If you wish to investigate the door, which is here, as far as I understand, it's going to be 227, because I'm assuming there's a room here, but we'll see. Now, you know what? I'm gonna pull that down here, where it's hopefully out of the way. We'll put the door there. Okay, and then investigating this dead end is gonna be 315. I think I'll investigate the dead end first. I could get knocked out again. It has happened before, but, ooh, I never marked that I actually read this. I gotta mark that down here on my character sheet. Let's see. Was it Dragonfire? Dragonfire. No. I'm writing that down because this says something about a dragon, and I'm guessing, it's like a dragon killing fire. I found this at some point. I just forgot to mark it down in my thing, but it's not actually, it's just something I read, not something I took with me, so I don't want to put it in my equipment. Anyway, on to, what did I say, 315? I'm going to do 315 first. Yeah. The dead end appears to have no secret passages, but you can check by turning to 306. If you don't want to double check for secret pass, why are you making me double check? I'm just gonna write this over here. Secret? No. And then two. Oh, no. 306. Secret? You know we're checking. What's the worst that could happen? You still find no secret passage, but coming towards you down the corridor, you can see a creature-like shape. To find out what's coming, turn to 161 and prepare to fight. If you kill the creature, you can go back down the corridor to 291. Write that down. Okay, so... No... Fight. And then we'll make a note of 291 is what we need to go back to. Oh, you guys can't actually see that. I'm just making notes over here. Okay, so we gotta go fight something. And that is on... That's the generic fight. The generic wandering monster. So that's 161. There we go. And we have to roll for it. So we'll roll a d6. Looks like we got a 6, so we're fighting a troll. I'm actually fine with that because I haven't fought anything super difficult yet. And I still don't think this is going to be super difficult because he only has 4 stamina. And I don't think it has any special rules. No, doesn't look like it. So we're going to write this down here. Alright. So I like to have the creature go first. They rolled a 4. Yeah. They rolled a 4, so they get a total of 12. You add these two, like I was saying before, to the skill. I have a 12 base, so I can't actually fail this, but I like to roll anyway. I got an 8, as you can see. So that's a 20 versus a 12, which means they get damaged. And when either I or a creature gets damaged, they take 2 stamina damage. So they go down to 2. I could use a luck point to try to test my luck to see if I want to do an extra damage. But it doesn't matter because it still would take an extra turn to kill it. So let's go again. They rolled a 4. So again, they got a 12. And I rolled an 11, which gives me 23. So that kills the troll. Goodbye, troll. Wandering monsters never carry treasure, so that's fine. We don't actually get anything off of it, but it's not a big deal. Oops. I'm moving my windows around here. There we go. So we'll scroll back over to number 291. Which basically just says we're going back to this little intersection. And we're going to go to 227. Because I don't want to go back this way without exploring everything. So, on to room 227. I assume it's a room. It might be a passageway, I suppose. Oh, okay. Cool. We actually got artwork this time. But, let's see. The door opens, and you find yourself in a small, smoke-filled room. Sitting in the room around a wooden table are 4 tiny men, each of one about a meter tall. But they are all apparently fully mature, with weathered skin and long, bushy beards. They are cursing, laughing, and joking as they play a card game. Each one is leaning back on his tiny chair, puffing a long clay pipe. On the table are a number of copper coins and 4 mugs of ale. As you walk in, their merriment stops. They are on their guard, but they don't appear too dangerous. One stands up and makes a comment about your lack of manners, not knocking before you came in. The others nod their agreement. Do you chat to them and try to befriend them? Apologize, bow, and leave the room. Offer to join their card game. Or draw your sword and go for the leader. Huh, this is actually one of the only encounters where I don't have to immediately fight. And they called me rude, and they're not attacking me. So, I'm either gonna... Do I chat to them, apologize, bow, and leave the room? Which would literally just take me back. So it's not gonna get me anything. I can see by the number. It's just gonna take me back to the intersection, which... I don't see any reason for that. Offer to join in their card game could be fun. But I think chat to them and try to befriend them first. So maybe they'll offer for me to join their card game. That would be cool. So let's try that. We're going to try to befriend them. Let me draw a little room here. Alrighty. I'll draw a little table with 4 little people around it. And maybe little card games. Where's the option for the table flip? Yeah, that would be nice. Nah, I mean, I guess draw your sword and go for the leader would be the table flip option, right? Okay, so 131. Chat to them and try to befriend them. That's not the right way. 131. You chat with, oh, okay. You chat about various things, and they seem eager to be friendly. They feel lonely in the dungeon with so much evil about, and are happy to spark up visitors of a lawful disposition. Dude, I am infiltrating a giant mountain fortress. Like, don't get me wrong, the fortress, like, the warlock's probably evil, but at the same time, I can't say this is exactly, like, a lawful situation. This is kind of, like, where these people live, but whatever. Anyway, they feel lonely in a dungeon with so much evil and are happy to speak to visitors of a lawful disposition. They tell you that they're in the maze of Zagor. Well, yeah, I guess that must be the maze master, must be Zagor. The only way out is to go deeper into the dungeon. They tell you that the way through the maze is to leave the room. Oh, God. Leave the room. I'm just going to draw like a little map here. So leave the room. Right, so that's down. This way. Turn right. So right would be left on this map. So turn left. Well, right. How much have I drawn so far? The whole situation that I've gotten to. So I'll show you the map again. So come up from down here. I haven't connected any of this stuff because you have to follow the numbers along, and it hasn't like led me back to these areas. And I didn't get an option to turn around, so I missed out on some of these passageways. But we hit this river, and we've come up here. And I think this part after the river is all the maze. So these parts have been like being connected together. I've gotten knocked out at this. You can see where this is ouch here. That teleported me to some random location. You can see this bit over here that's unconnected. Don't worry about this current position thing. But there's this bit over here that's unconnected because... And it's like a meter long. Because I got knocked out. Appeared in this tunnel. Or in this area. Checked the wall that's back here. Got knocked out again and appeared somewhere else. So I have no idea where this is. But yeah, I've got a good chunk of the dungeon. There's only 400 numbers in the whole book. Um, and I feel like I've gotten a pretty decent way in. So I'm guessing we're getting pretty close to or at least fairly close to the end of the book. But there's like so many of these books. Anyway, back to this direction. So it said leave the room, turn right, and it says turn left. And then keep going straight. Okay, so they want me to come out here, go this way. So that's 1, 2, and then they want me to turn up here. Okay, I can do that. And then they begin to get a bit vague after that. So we'll say, I don't know. Yeah, I suppose that's true. You're not trying hard enough, you're not getting knocked out. Okay. They're not entirely sure it is correct. You may, if you wish, eat a meal from your provisions, but you will have to share it with them, and you'll only gain half the normal stamina. I don't need it. I honestly feel a little bit rude not giving them some food, but I really, really don't need it, and I'm not wasting a provision, so. Eventually you thank them and leave, go back to 291. Okay. And this is the good thing about the map. I don't actually have to scroll all the way back to 291 because I know exactly what it's going to do. It's going to tell me to go right here. And then I can go back to here. This location is Area 52. Weirdly enough, that's actually true. So what that's going to do is just allow me to just follow along here without having to go back in the book. I try to always check for secrets. It does not always work very well. Oh, I just realized I don't have mine now playing on. Let me put that on. There we go. Now you can see what music's going. Anyway. Yeah, it doesn't always work out for me looking for secret rooms, but we're going to do it anyway. So we're going to go north at this junction, and let me centralize that a little bit more. Yeah, we're going to go up this junction right here, and we'll search for secret rooms, so that's going to be 234. Somewhere. There we go. You find no secret passages. However, your rummaging. Oh God, gotta find another monster. Not that it matters. I rolled the worst one last time and it didn't even hit me. If you defeat the creature, you can continue up the passageway by turning to 43. Write down 43. 43. Probably we'll get rid of that. But okay. Back to 61 or 161. So that's here. Rolled a 5 this time, which is going to be a skeleton. Excellent. I really got to get used to middle click dragging and crit instead of trying to scroll. Okay. So, stamina is a 6. And, or sorry, strength is a 6, stamina is a 5. Skill. It's called skill. Okay. So, I'll let the skeleton go first. Whoops. I'm gonna re-roll that because I drop one die at a time and they hit each other. So let's roll them again. Okay. So they get an 8. It's gonna be a 14. So we could tie technically if I get just dodge no matter what they say. Exactly. So if I get Snake Eyes here, we would tie and we would both not do any damage to each other. We did not. That means I did 2 damage. Now here's an interesting thing. You might have heard me earlier talking about using a luck point to try to test my luck to see if I can do an extra damage. I probably won't here because luck is very important so far. But I could, and if I tested my luck which is to roll 2d6 and get under your current luck score, which my current luck is 10. If I did that, my luck would go down to 9, but I would be able... If I succeeded, my luck would go down to 9, and I would do 1 extra damage, which would get them to 3 damage, which could let me kill this monster in 2 turns instead of 3. But even if I fail, I believe if you fail, you actually do 1 less damage, and you still lose the luck point. But it also lowers your luck point total, which makes testing your luck later harder. And since this is just a wandering monster that I don't really care about, I don't really think they're going to do much damage to me because they only have a skill of 6. They would have to get a pretty good score. So in that case, I'm just going to do normal damage, but I just wanted to kind of mention that. Because it is going to take me 3 turns to kill it instead of 2. Or instead of the possible 2. So this is the monster again. They rolled a 6, so they got a 12. There's really no way I can not hit it since my base total is 12. So they go down to 1, and we'll try it one more time. They got a 7 this time, which means they got a 13. Again, I can't... Whoops, just dropped a die. I don't know where that went, and I'm not crawling around on the ground to find it, so let me find another die here. There we go. Yeah, so that was my roll. I think. Yeah, because they got a 13, right? So, yeah, they're dead. Because I got a bigger total. This was a skelly. yeah. I have like multiple gloves on and I'm not used to it, so I'm just dropping stuff. The gloves are tight too. Yeah, so that's the monster dealt with. Where are we going back to? Did it say number 43? Perfect. Way up here. You're in a north-south passage, correct? To go north, go to 354. To go south, go to 52. We're gonna go to 354. Which we could have done previously if we just didn't look for secret rooms, but I can't be trusted. Give me 1 second. I'm getting a little bit of drop frames, and I think it might be because of the dual streaming to YouTube. So it's saying... Oh no, we look good now. Cool. Okay, I just wanted to double check because I was getting some errors earlier saying that the YouTube stream was going poorly, but everything seems to be... Ooh, okay. Looks okay. I might have to drop the YouTube stream when we go to Like a Dragon. We'll see. Anyway, 354. That's what we were doing. I can just... Oh god, that's my whole stream. Let's put that back. It's trying to it's trying to grab. There we go. Just gonna go down here, just look for the dice down here. Okay, let me put that back. Let me go to where I'm trying to get to. 340 or 354. Let's see. You're standing in a bend in a passage where you may either go west or south. Okay. So it just turns. right? That's what it's saying. It just comes up like this and turns. So... okay, so we gotta go do this whole situation again. See, if we go west, it's gonna be 308, or if we want to do the secret rooms, it's gonna be 14. And then if we want to go south, it's gonna be 52, which we've already been to. It's just gonna take me back here. And if I want to look for secret rooms on that one, it's gonna be 234, which we've already done, so it doesn't need to be done. Interested in what's going to happen here, because these are kind of lining up, but again, I don't know, it doesn't give me, like, how long specifically each passage is, so I have no way of, like, knowing before I get there where corridors are going to run into each other. I don't see that there's any choice here, to be honest. I'm just gonna go secret room, going west, because we went down, right, and we went the first left here. So it says continue on, and then it says it gets vague. So if it gets vague, then maybe that means there's actually secret rooms. I'm not getting my hopes up, but we gotta look, because if I miss a secret room, I'm gonna lose my mind. There are no signs of these secret passages, but you suddenly hear footsteps. You gotta stop looking for secrets, man. You hear footsteps coming up behind you. You must to find out what's coming, go to 161. Make note, if you defeat their monster, return to 117. Okie dokie, let's fight something again. I wouldn't mind like a bespoke encounter. Maybe instead of fighting random stuff crawling through the dungeon, but what are you gonna do? Alright. Let's see what we're fighting. It was a 6. I don't know if that was on camera or not. So that's another troll. Not a problem. I'm just trying to finish the book, man. 6-4 troll 2.0. Okay. Troll can go first. Skill of 8. They got an 8, so that's 16. It's definitely possible for them to hit me this time. That's good. Well, not for me, but just, for interest. I got a 7, so they did not. What is that? That gives me a 19. So, down to 2 for the troll. I don't know if that was on screen again, but that was a 7 for them. Perfect. That's 15 total. I got a 5, which is 17 total for me, which is, again, enough to kill the troll. And let's see, what was I going back to? 117 is where I go to now. You're in an east-west passage. To go east, turn to 340 or 354. To go west, go to 308. Let's see, that's... well, they said it gets fuzzy after that, but I'm guessing this is the next, straight that they told me to go, and then we'll figure it out from there. So, I mean, what else? What other option do I have besides turn around? So, we'll continue on. So we'll go west to 308. Somewhere. You're standing at a crossroads. To go west, The pass. Standing at a crossroads. To the west, the passage goes on for a few meters and turns northwards. The north passageway ends at a door. The east passageway continues and eventually goes south. Looking south, the passage goes as far as you can see. So, I don't know that this is how this lines up. Let me put this where you can see it. I don't know that's how this lines up, but what I'm gonna do here is, we'll pull these passages out. And we'll have these curved down. Because I feel like these will connect, maybe. Again, I don't know that for sure. But we'll see. This one, it says, goes straight to a door. So we'll put that there. And then it says this one goes a little ways and then curves up. So we'll do that. And then I need to fix this labeling here, or everything's going to start getting kind of unclear. As far as that's concerned, I don't need this anymore because this was just a note for coming back. And then I'll just get rid of this S, and I think that should give me room. Oops. What? Give me my pen back. There we go. Okay. Yeah, there's gonna be a room there. Let me label all of this stuff. Let's go east. Oops. East is gonna be 354. It's getting a little cramped up there, but what are you gonna do? Put the north of there. Hopefully that reads okay. We'll go to that one goes to 50. Ooh, too close. 54. And then we'll say this one goes this way. So to the west, and that is 187. And south is 160. Okay. I think that reads good enough. Not quite as well as this, but I was using a grid when I was drawing that. Okay. So, as said previously, I like going laterally before northward, and I like going southerly before that. The question is this going to connect if I go south? Or am I going to have a whole mess on my hands? I'm tempted to go into the room, because usually I like going through doors even before following along the pathway. So, actually, yeah. I think that's a good shout. Let's do that. Let's go to, we're going north up into or through the door first. So that's number 54. You're standing outside a door at the north end of a north-south passage. To go south... Huh? I don't... Why do you think I turned to this? Okay. So if I want to go through the door, I've got to go to... 179. There's a Minotaur in here? Oh my god. Alright. I saw the art and I instantly knew. Look at this. Look at this art. This I mentioned this last time, but I love this like old school like fine line art, old school RPG stuff. It's neat. What's going on with his feet though? He's got one toe, and then just like a lump. He's got a 4-pack going on, and like really small biceps for like the forearm action he's got going on. Anyway, you entered a large square room. Broken pots scattered all about. One large clay vase is untouched and is full of clear liquid. A large bowl is full of gold coins. As you enter the room, the door slams behind you and you swing around to face a strange-looking creature, half man, half bull, who's glaring at you. He is a minotaur, and he stalks towards you. He lowers his head, horns pointing at your chest, and charges. You must fight him. After 3 rounds, you maneuver yourself around to be able to run through the door. If you wish to escape at this time, I can. That's not happening. I didn't come here to be a coward. So we're gonna fight a minotaur, I guess. But hey, it's a actual bespoke fight. Not that those are a lot different, but he does have a lot of health. Actually, he has a lot of health. That's alright. Minotaur goes first. Skill of 9. Gets a 6, and that's 15 total. I have a skill of 12. And I got a 10, so that's 22 total. That is the Minotaur being damaged. I'll tell you what, I am gonna actually... Not yet. Not yet. But at some point, I think I will use a luck point on this guy. But we'll see how he does as far as damaging me. They rolled an 8. My thing keeps moving around here. They rolled an 8. I rolled a 5. So I got a... We both got a 17. Yeah, cool. We both got a 17, which means neither of us do any damage, and we just go again. But that does count as a round in case I do want to escape. So that was round 2. They rolled double 1s, so they got an 11. I actually can't not hit here, but we'll roll anyway. I got a 9. Again, I think I'm just going to leave it for now. So we're going from a 7 down to a 5. They get to go again. They roll an 8 plus 9 for a 17. I rolled a 6 for an 18. So I actually did damage. This is going to go down to a 3. Now, if I win this time, I'll probably do the test your luck, because it'll just kill him outright. Ooh, that is going to be hard to beat. They got double 6s. So that's 12. I have to roll at least a 9 to tie, or a 10 to beat. I rolled a 9, and we tied. Alright, cool. This is why we like rolling dice. They get a 6 this time, for a total of 15. Cool. And we've done 2 damage. But I'm going to roll to test my luck. If I lose this, if I get under a 10, I'll only do 1 damage this time. If I roll more than a 10 or equal to a 10, I do 3 damage. That's a 9. I think I said it. Did I say it backwards? I have to get under. because of how the skill works. It's under. So if I got a 10 and below, I beat it. If it's above a 10, I don't beat it because it's on 2 die and it's I'm looking to get below my score of 10. So I apologize if I said that backwards. I'm not actually sure. But we do an extra damage. So that actually kills the Minotaur outright. And we didn't get damaged. Cool. So we can go in here and see. Let's see. If you continue fighting and kill him, turn to 258. This song would have been epic if it was while I was fighting the Minotaur. Like some Doom music. Okay, cool. So, I'm gonna make a drawing here. Just a quick one. Of a room. And then we'll do like a... I don't know, how do you draw a bullhead? Like that? Sure, that's good enough. And then there's another door back here. And it says if I kill him, to go to 258. You sort through the broken pots and find little of interest. The liquid looks, smells, and tastes like water. The coins in the pot are a fraud. 8 genuine gold pieces lie on the surface of the pile. You may take these, but underneath merely painted pieces of pot. They painted the pieces of pot. Okay. So it says there's 8. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're rich, man. I don't know. It depends. How far does 32 gold pieces go in this world? Who knows? As a tip, as you tip the vase out, it slips and breaks. A red-colored key. Hidden in a false bottom in the bowl. You may take this key as inscribed with the number 111. That is excellent. That is our second key. Why is my color different? Anyway, doesn't matter. Key. Number 111. So, that's 2 keys, and I did say at the beginning that I need, I think, 2 keys to get through the treasure chest at the end. Oh, before I forget, one thing, because I did test my luck, I have to drop this down to 9 instead of 10. In case I test my luck later. If it's enough to afford a baguette, you made it. You know what? That's good enough. I think I could probably afford a baguette with 32 gold. Good lord. Even in D&D where you get massive amounts of gold, you could... Honestly, you could probably buy it in for that much. If you're a really shit in, but... Anyway, you may rest and eat some provisions. You may add 2 luck points for defeating the Minotaur. So I did that thing with the luck for no reason. So we'll go back up to max, because you can only go up to your max. And then turn to 54. What do you mean turn to 54? Isn't that where I was going? Finally, you leave the room. Turn to 54. Oh, no, that just takes me back out of the room. Okay. Well, the art was a little misleading because there was a door behind him. Perhaps that was the door I came through? Okay. Well, never mind. I'll just get rid of... I'll get rid of this guy. And we won't worry about it. In that case... Yeah, that's it. We've... I mean, we did have to go here, I assume, for that key. So... That was good. I was just expecting there to be a door on the other side. In that case, I think we're gonna go 160 to go south here, and we're gonna see if these connect up. If not, we'll figure it out then, because that's gonna be annoying to draw. But we'll try. So 160. You follow a long, narrow passage which goes south, then east, then south again until you eventually find yourself at a crossroads. Turn to 267. A long, narrow passage which goes south, then east, then south again. Let me check if this is the same crossroads if I go to 267. If not, we'll come back. South 246. North is 312. Yep. Okay, cool. Actually, that's great. So, I don't know why it, I mean, just because I didn't line it up. So, we'll say it goes south, east, and then south again. We'll just give it a little kink. There you go. That'll do the trick. And those will all meet up. We'll write right in the center, 267. Okay, in that case, I think I'm going to go back up and continue this way, because it said to finish the dungeon, I need to go that way, so, we'll go to 187, is where we'll go to next. You're standing at the corner of a bend in this passage. To go north, the passage ends in a dead end. To investigate this, turn to 171. To go eastwards, go to 308. Okay, so I'm standing in a bend in a passage, which is right here. And it says, to go north, the passage ends in a dead end. Okay. Dead end. To investigate this dead end, it is 171. So let's find that then. 171. You're standing at the north end of a short north-south passage. You are at a dead end. To investigate the wall, turn to 337. Hold up. Aha! We found it. We found the disconnected piece. 337 is where I just get knocked out again, so... I'm gonna make a little note there. Excuse me. That does present a problem, though. Considering we got this message for continuing through the dungeon from these little, I don't know, were they hobbits or little gnomes or something? To go essentially leave the room, turn right, turn left, go straight, and then go straight again. Yeah, I don't know where to go next then. Because this dead end is just a dead end that you can wake up in. I mean, I guess I can... They said it gets a little washy. This is a secret door that you can't really see from this side down here. This 175. So maybe I go up, turn here, and then where it gets a little vague, like they said, maybe I have to actually go south here and then continue this way. There is the Maze Master, and I'm curious if I have to go past him, because this is actually where we start going further into the mountain up here. So I could try to circle back around and get to this intersection or this intersection pretty easy. I suppose first though we can go back down and finish this cross section or this crossroads off, the 267 crossroads. So let's do that first. So what we're gonna do is go down to 267. Since we actually have a map now, it's a little less like having to figure out where I am, because I did get lost a couple times last time. I had to like scroll back through a few options just because I don't have it in hand. I feel like it's a little harder to follow sometimes. So 267, and yep, we can just follow that along over to 79. I just wanted to make sure it didn't say anything about following that first, but the passageway ends in front of you in a dead end. That makes sense. So that is a dead end. And if you wish to search this for secret passage, turn to 137. If not, return to 267. So 137, if I want to look at the dead end. We always do, even though it's probably going to knock me out. What did I say, 137? You find no passages, but when you press a wall, you hear a click. You feel dizzy and slump to the ground. You come to, you do not recognize your surroundings. Turn to 340, or 354. I'm pretty sure that just is going to take me up here. Because I've done that one before, I think. From a different area. Did I say 334? No, I didn't. What was I just saying about not getting lost? Oh my god. 330, or let's go back to 137. We'll read what it says again. 354. Okay. Here we are. You're standing at a bend in a passage where you may either go west or south. I know that's somewhere here. Yeah, it teleported me right here. Let me go west 52, south, and then it gives me, yeah. Okay. 354. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. 354. Yep. So that's just taking me back to this corner that we did earlier. Which is fine. It's just the Maze Master's doing. But yeah, that's good, because that actually fully explores that area. We know how everything ties in. I just might have to move this crossroad at some point. But instead of following through all of those sections in the book, we actually know where we can go now. So we're right here. We're gonna follow 308 this way, 160 down, 146 down. 79 is here, not this way, but 146 down, Follow all the way around. Go up 392. Turn here, and then we'll end up in this little corridor here, and we'll go down 121 here, even though it's definitely gonna bump into all this shit. But you know, when you draw yourself in the corner, what are you gonna do? 121. The corridor goes east for several meters, then south, then east again. Oh, can we squeeze it in? It goes east. Goes east. South. This is, oh my god. And then east again. It's a little narrow. It's fine. Then south, then east again, where it finally ends. Let's back that up a little bit. There we go. Think that works. And then you want to investigate the dead end. That's too small. Dead end for 103, or go back north for 359. It's a little hard to read, but again, I've kind of squished myself into a corner here. And you know how it is. We're definitely checking 103 to look in the dead end here. We'll probably end up some random place in this maze again, because I haven't learned my lesson, but I don't care. You feel a stone move behind you. Oh, you feel a stone move, and behind it you find a lever. Do you pull the lever or leave it to return to the crossroads? If you dare pull the lever, turn to 254 or 252. Pull 252. No pull. And that would be 359. We're pulling the lever, right? What's the worst that's gonna happen? We're gonna get a wandering monster and have to fight again, or I pass out and wake up in some random location. Luckily, I think I'll get Isekai into the same maze. I just had to figure out where the hell I am. Give me 1 second. I think my lip sync desynced again. I have to find a better way to do that if it's gonna keep doing that. But that's okay for now. Hopefully that's a little better. Yeah, okay. Cool. Anyway, where are we going? 254. Or 252. If I could read my own handwriting, that might be useful. And scroll the right direction, maybe. 252. You pull the lever with a groaning sound. The rock face in front of you and the ground you are standing on start to move, as if you were on a giant rotating table. You spin around until you stand on the other side of a rock face in the north-south passage. Will you go north Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. So I guess this goes. It says it's just in the north south passage, so I guess this goes like over here, and there's like a door. So now we're standing in this area again. Well, you go north, which is 312, or south, which is 226. Is that right? Because 312 is here, right? And then 226, I don't know where that is. $246. Did I get that wrong? Maybe that's supposed to be 226. I think I got that wrong. I think it's supposed to be 226 right there. You walk a short distance south and find yourself at a crossroads. Yes. Although... Huh. I think I got some numbers mixed up here somewhere, but this is correct. This is where it's supposed to be, because if I go down to 26, you find yourself at this crossroads. I don't know if this is supposed to be 246, but 226 should go down here, and then 312 should go up there. So, we'll just make a little thing here that says 226, or 6. Just double checking my numbers here. I believe that's right, and I don't think this one. I think I've got this number here wrong. Well, I guess an easy way to fix that would be 267, right? Go over to 267 and just check. No, it is 246. Okay, no, I was right. I was right the first time. Just happens to be where this secret room comes out. So I guess I just never followed that down, the 246 route. South, swings west, or goes south, swings west, south, then west again. You find yourself at the three-way junction. No, that's correct. I think I just never realized it was a cobblestone pathway, and that confused me. Okay, yeah, we're all good now. We know where we are. So, I just put a little dot here so you can see where we are. So we're gonna go south, south again. Follow this pathway up, around, back to this intersection here, which is 190. Just to finish that off, whoops. Excuse me there. So this is the last direction we have on this intersection, is 190, so we'll go that way. I feel like we're coming on to the end. Everything's kind of getting filled in. I have 2 keys. I have plenty of gold. It said to save gold for the boatman, which I'm still doing, but I did pass a boat that said 2 gold, and I just found another way across, so I don't know. Definitely haven't seen this room yet. You're in a narrow north-south corridor. There's a dead end to the north. You may check the dead end, or give up and return to the crossroads. I'm going to make note that this is crossroads 359. And this comes up and goes into a dead end. With that being the case, that's dead end. Investigate with 167. Again, I didn't come here to be a coward. I'm checking all the dead ends. If I gotta fight wandering monsters, so be it. You find a secret door! Woo! Woo! We finally did it! We finally did it! You find a secret door which opens in the into the bend where two passages meet. To the north, a south passage runs into it. Okay. Opens into a bend where two passages meet. Which means... which unfortunately means... this is in the way. Whoops. Guess I will move it over here. Sure. Back to my pen. Select, deselect. And okay, cool. So north is a short passage into the east. Okay, so it's a bend that's like this. And there's a dead end at this end. For another it's a dead end that opens up into a dead end. Okay. If you wish to step through the secret door into the passage, turn to 187. I feel like I just was in 187. Oh, okay. Interesting. I'll have to go back and redraw this, but this and this are the same. So this tunnel should actually be here, and then this should come down, and I feel like maybe end up with this, but I don't know. Maybe it ends up in here somewhere, but you can't even see what I'm talking about. So yeah, this little bend here is this little bend here. So those should connect together. This tunnel should be actually down here, which means this crossroad should come down and like connect here or something. But we're not gonna worry about that at the moment. I'll just like make that little drawing of it. And that means that that section is done. We don't actually have to deal with any of that. So I don't actually want to go through. We can go back to 359 here. This guy. Continue on through 385. There's just a... I didn't make note if this is a secret door or what. There appears to just be a wall there, so I'm just going to follow it around the other way. So 385. We'll go through 297, up through 222, around, and we'll go up number 106. And as of right now, I believe that is... at least, that's all the maze mapped out so far. This is the last area to actually go this direction. Unless there's somewhere to get through secret doors somehow, but... so, yeah, let's do it. Let's continue on. 106. Oh, shit. Um, that's it's not good, man. Let me get a drink before I read this big passage out. One second. I hit my microphone. Give me one second. Worst that could happen earlier was probably this. The passageway runs northward for some time. That's I'm glad I did everything else before this. Holy. Apparently I can only draw a straight line if I have a grid. Good lord. Okay, cool. We have enough space here. It says it runs north for some time. You may rest along the passage to eat provisions. I actually don't think I need to do that, so it's okay. It then bends to the west and begins to get quite narrow. Okay, bends to the west, gets narrow. You reach a small... Oop, not that narrow. You reach a small rocky archway. Okay. Okay, a little archway. Which you'll have to stoop to go through. On the other side of the arch, you pause and look around. You are in a large cavern which disappears into distant blackness. Hooray. Okay. You're in a large cavern that disappears into distant darkness. The cavern is lit partially by a natural light which streams in through a hole in the roof. You cannot see a way through. As you shine your lantern around the cavern, you hear a rumble. A dull glow flickers in the blackness. Suddenly, a jet of flame shoots from the depths of the cavern, narrowly missing you and singeing the mossy growths on the wall. You throw yourself on the ground and look up to see a large dragon stalking out of the darkness towards you, smoke curling from his nostrils. Its scaly red skin glistens with an oily covering. The beast is some 15 meters long. How will you attack the creature? Luckily, I'm good at exploring and found something just for this occasion. Draw your sword and prepare to attack. Good lord, you're gonna die. Search your memory for another means of attack. 126. Oh, God. A dragon. Okay. 126. Does the name Farigo de Maggio mean anything to you? If not, you must fight the dragon. If it does, turn to 26. Fire Dragon Note. That was the author of the Fire Dragon Note that I finally remembered to write down earlier. So, turn to 26. I'm gonna see if I can find that note because I want to read it again first. I should be able to recognize it just scrolling through. There it is. So, before we actually go to 26, let's read this real quick. And so you, who hold this book, you have my life's work in your hands. The power of destruction is yours if you wish it, but do not waste it. Unless you use the spell for the purpose for which it is intended, you shall be consumed by evil itself and die by the fire from your own hands. Remember, only when the dragon breathes its fire at you should you raise your arms and say, Akil Erif, Ekam Erif, Erif Damagio. Which, again, I mentioned this last time. That just says fire like, fire make, fire. Backwards, so. Alright. Anyway, let's go to 26 and actually benefit from finding that, which is good. You remember Damayo's small, leather-bound book and silently mouth the spell contained within its pages. You shout... Do I silently mouth it or shout? Anyway. You shout loudly at the dragon and it stops in its track. It cocks its head to one side and eyes you suspiciously. You fling a stone at its head and it bounces off of its nose. I'm very brave, apparently. The beast lets out an angry cry and breathes deeply. Oh yeah, it's because I have to wait for it to breathe its fire at me. The beast lets out an angry cry and breathes deeply. A roaring sound beginning... Oh, a roaring sound being created from within its throat. Sorry, I can't read sometimes. The dragon exhales, and from between its teeth, you can see another fireball building up. You prepare yourself as the ball of flame comes from its mouth. You cry, Akil, Ephraim, Ekam, Ephraim, Damagio. The fireball continues no further. With an agonizing scream, the dragon tries to shake the flames from its snout, but the burning continues. Squealing in agony, the dragon turns its back and leaps into the darkness, flailing its head from side to side. Turn to 371. Cool, so we just lit a dragon on fire. $371. Somewhere. Safe for the moment. You investigate the cavern and find a passageway which continues to the west. Turn to 274. You may rest and eat provisions before you continue and add 3 luck points for defeating the dragon. I don't need to. Alright. Big cavern. And I find a passageway going off this way. Okay. I can actually just fully get rid of these unconnected. It's an unconnected area now. Which one was I using? Was it this one? Seems good enough. Okay. Alrighty. So, if I want to continue this way, it's going to be 2, 7, 4. Okay, let's continue on. I just want to, like, you don't think about it as like a real person, but you imagine exploring some dungeon and finding a dragon? How scary that would be. Ugh. Anyway. You leave the cavern along a long, narrow corridor. After several hundred meters, it ends at a large door, which is slightly ajar. Carefully, you ease it open a little further and poke your head around to see what's inside the room. You see a small old man sitting at a table on his own, playing with a pack of cards. He looks quite harmless. He looks quite a harmless old soul, gray-haired and bearded. He is seated. What do you do? Bro, there's an old man playing card games after a dragon, and you telling me he look harmless? I don't care how harmless he looks. That man is absolutely a killer. There's no possible way he's not... Like, he's probably the warlock of Firetop Mountain, if I had to guess. Uh, so, the question is... Actually, first, I guess I'll continue this on, because it does say it's a long passage. Do I burst through the door, sword drawn, to surprise the old man, knock on the door and enter, greeting the old man courteously, get down on all fours and try to creep into the room unnoticed. I said this earlier, I'm not crawling around on the floor, man. I mean, for the most part, I try to be, like, as nice to people as I can, in this kind of situation, so... Plus, if it's the warlock, he's an old man. Maybe he's, like, dying, and he'll give his treasure up voluntarily if I, you know, survived the trials or whatever. So, let's see here. So we'll call this... We'll call that option 324. That's supposed to be a little speech bubble. So we'll call that 356. How do I do a sneaky symbol? I guess that's sneaky. 98. We're definitely going for the 356 option. Sorry, one second. Old man with cards. 356. Actually, I'm somehow more scared of this old man than I am the dragon. The old man looks at you, accepts your greeting, and bids you sit down. You sit at the table, noticing that he is glaring at you. His piercing stare is becoming hypnotic, but you realize this and break eye contact. He opens his mouth to speak to you, and to your amazement, instead of an old man's voice, the whole room resonates to a powerful voice which seems to be coming from the walls themselves. You throw a glance back at the man and can see him changing before your eyes. He is of imposing height. His tattered old rags have become robes of velvet and gold. His black eyes are fixed directly on yours. He has been expecting you. Turn to 358. The warlock, ready for battle. Oh man, I love this. I know I mentioned this before, but this specifically, like, the like human artwork, like there's this like dude that was trapped and was like old and withered that we found before. And then they remind me of like Dungeon Crawl Classics, which is a tabletop RPG. But they remind me of that, like art of the wizards in that can get really all messed up, and like a lot of the art is drawn in the same way. It's interesting. Okay, sorry, I was reading the thing. The battle will call upon all your reserves of strength and cunning. Your adversary has disappeared and now stands at the far end of the room in front of a door with 2 locks. How will you approach him? Grab your sword and advance towards him. Look through your pack for a weapon to use. Look around the rooms for a means of attack or defense. He's not going to keep whatever's going to defeat him in the room, for 1. For 2, I don't know that a sword is going to do what I need it to do. But I do have a bow called the Giver of Sleep, and it said on it's in the book somewhere. There's a picture of it, but it says the Giver of Sleep for those who cannot, or something like that. And I'm wondering if I could maybe use that to put his ass to sleep, unlock the thing, and just like steal the treasure and bolt. So we're gonna try that. We're gonna go to 105, and hope I don't screw this up at the very, very end. Just to put that out here now, if I do die in this last battle, I might just retry. I'm either gonna retry or just leave it there. I don't think I'm gonna replay the whole book because we're already at the end. And I think my time would be better spent going on to the next book later instead. But yeah, 105. Let's try it. Interesting. Interesting. Oh my god. You rummage through your haversack. What is there? As you attempt to use any of the following items you have on your equipment list. Potion of Invisibility, I do not have. The Eye of the Cyclops, I never fought the Cyclops, so I don't have that. I do have a piece of cheese. Weirdly, I have the sweet cheese. I also have a bow with silver arrow. That's the Giver of Sleep. And I do not have a Y-shaped stick. As much as I want to use the cheese to defeat the Warlock, because that's hilarious, I have to go with my gut here to try to win. So I think I gotta go with the bow with the silver arrow. We're gonna try to put him to sleep. And if that fails for whatever reason, maybe... Either way, maybe we'll check out... You know what? Just in case. Just for funsies. I'll make a note of... Cheese? Gonna be 368. So we'll look at that after. But we're gonna shoot him with a bow, the Giver of Sleep. So 194. Here we go. You load the bow and fire, but despair as the arrow flies through the air directly at him, stops centimeters from his chest, and falls to the floor. He looks up and smiles at you with an evil, gloating smile. What can you do? I'm gonna cheese his ass then. 368, we're cheesing his ass. Just for clarity's sake, all that was saying for me to do is go back to that same list. So I'm skipping that and just going straight to the cheese. So the Warlock's laugh resonates in his chamber. We will see which of us is the mouse, he cries, and he holds his finger in the air. As he snaps his fingers, a blue flame streams from his hand at you. Lose 3 stamina points. God damn it. The cheese didn't help, man. Alright, fine. I think that's the most damage I've had done to me so far. It wasn't even in the course of an actual battle yet. So I'm down to 18 stam. That's it. That's all I got. That's all the equipment I had to try to fight him off. I don't have anything else. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Alright. I'm gonna draw my sword in advance. Having done damage to myself beforehand. Alright, 142. Let's see if we can actually fight this dude. Again, I have extremely high skill, but... I don't know, man. Whoo! Good lord, 11 and 18. We're almost evenly matched, man. Okay, let's actually do this. All right. 11 and 18. He has very slightly less stamina or less skill than me. Very slightly. Let me read that out. His booming voice calls out, "Poor fool, do you think you can match my power with your puny weapon? You continue with determination. If it is a simple brawl you want, stranger, then I shall give you your last." And with these words, he vanishes and reappears behind you. Nothing personnel, kid. You swing, you swing around to face him, and the fight starts. But this is a battle to the death. There is no escaping here. As always, we'll let the enemy roll first. Ooh, okay, here we go. Ooh, okay, got an 8, which is pretty good for a total of 19. I have 12, by the way. With a 7 for a total of 19. Alright. Cool, we just missed each other. That didn't help the nerves. Alright, one more time. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good for me. That is not good for me. That... Literally the only way I can hurt him is if I also roll 2 6s. I can roll a 6 and a 5. Here, Can you hear that? The dice? I just want you to know I'm not cheating, just in case I do roll. I get a 6 and a 5. We miss each other again. If I get anything lower than that, I take 2 damage. If I get anything higher than... Or if I get 2 6s, I will do damage. That's not gonna cut it. That is not gonna cut it. I typically don't actually have to, like, do this scroll thing here. And, like, worry about my own take as much. Alright. Well, we're on the back foot. Let's go again. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's 15 total for them, or for the warlock. That's more than enough for me to do damage. But here's the kicker. I'm going to use luck points as much as I can because I have one more potion of fortune, which means I can take that instead of attacking in a bit and get my luck points back if I need to. So as long as this is under 10, I do an extra damage. We'll do 3 damage to him. That is under 10. So down to 15. But that does mean that my luck is also down to 9. So whenever I need to roll under, I need to roll under 9 for that. Okay. So we're technically in the lead again now. They rolled a 6 for a total of 17, which means I need to get a 5 or higher to not take damage. Cool. That is higher, so that means I get to do damage again. I am going to roll another luck point because I want to do this as fast as possible. I just have to get under a 9 this time, or I do only 1 point of damage. That's still under 9. That was a 7. So we do 3 damage, which brings him down to 12. But does bring my luck points to 8. And because we're having to roll 2d6 and get under, I will probably will use 1 more luck point and then take that last thing of fortune. To go back up to 10. It actually will raise me to 11 because the potion of fortune will actually give you an extra point. So it would actually be good to take sooner rather than later, I think, maybe. But we'll let the lot go this time. They get a 9 for a total of 18. That's not how that works. They get a 9 for a total of 20. Not 18. So I have to get an 8 or better. That was a 10. So that's better. And now I have to get under an 8 for the luck point, or only do 1 point of damage. Under an 8 this time. That's a 9, which means I do not get under my luck. Which means I pressed my luck and it was not good, which means I only do 1 damage, which takes him down to 11 instead of where I was hoping it would be at 9. That does indeed reduce my luck again, down to 7. And the Warlock gets to go again. Rolled a 9 for a total of 20 again. So I have to get 8 or better to not get damaged. I rolled a 5. So I've been damaged. I could use luck point to reduce that, but I'm not going to worry about that for now. We're just going to reduce my stamina down to 14. Okay, so instead of actually taking, well, let me actually read that, because I was gonna say I thought it was instead of attacking, but then how do I figure out what my, like, who wins the attack? It says any time, I think. Let's see. Equipment and potions. Potions may be taken at any time during your adventure. Taking a measure of potion will... There's only one way through, true way through the Warlock's dungeon. It will take you several attempts to find it. No, it didn't. So it just says that I can take it whenever, and it doesn't look like it actually takes up the attack or takes up my attack. So I think I can just take it. Where is the Warlock? So I'm just trying to find him because I want him on the screen while I'm fighting him. I just don't remember where he is. There he is. Okay, so in that case, that means that my Potion of Fortune is all gone. However, I can... Ooh. Don't I have it set up right? Whatever. I don't feel like going through that right now, so... Where'd my pen go? There you are. So we just not... Why are we in... Okay, there we go. Good lord, I gotta get used to drawing tablets. There we go. Rid of all of this. I wanted this to be quick. Okay, so we actually have 11 luck now, but they'll go first. That's not good. That's not good. Okay. They got 12 again for a total of 23, which means I have to get 2 6s to damage or a 5 and a 6 to not take damage. I got a 3 and a 4. I could test my luck to reduce the damage to 1 instead of doing extra damage. That would take me down to 13 instead of 14. Which I'm going to do because long term that means it'll take one extra turn to kill me. Even though it's only 1 less damage, because we're going to go down to odd numbers and it's usually only done in even amounts. So as long as I get under an 11 in this, it should be fine. Now here's the thing. If I don't get under an 11, I take 3 damage instead of 2. So We did get under 11, thankfully. Which, I don't know if you can actually see that up there. It's behind the chat window, but we're going to reduce that to 10 again, right? And then we'll reduce my damage to, or my stamina to 13. Alright. Let's go again. They rolled a 4 for a total of 15. I rolled a 5 for a total of 16. And we're going to roll for luck, try to get under 10. We had 7, which means that does 3 damage, which will reduce them to 8. And I also have to reduce my luck again. That's a little messy, but you know how it goes. Alright. They got a 10 for a total of 22. Kinda hate it. Oh! I got an 11 for a total of 23? Yeah, that's how that works. I just think I might have added theirs up wrong, but that doesn't matter. Here's the question. I would have to get under a 9. I think I'm going to save that for my own damage. And just do the 2. Because he's already on even numbers. So if I only take him, if I take him down to an odd number, it's not going to give me 1 more. I would have to do another luck, test your luck on top of that to actually reduce the number of turns it takes. So I don't think it's necessary. Yeah. Okay. Next turn. Oh, that's not good for them. That is a 13 total, which means I cannot miss. But I will roll anyway. Of course I rolled an 11, because I definitely needed it this time. Wasting my numbers. Alright. Down to 4. I think we're going to do it. I only have to hit him twice more. And he has to hit me like several more times. I think, what am I at, 8? Or 9? I don't know. And he rolled a 5 total. So that is a 15. And I rolled an 8 plus 12, which is going to get me to 20. Which does damage to the Warlock. Warlock is on 2 health. This could be the last turn. They rolled a 10. That's not looking like last turn stats to me, but that's 21. So I've got to get 10 to hit or 9 to dodge. That's not gonna do it. That's a 6. Oh, I'm on 13. I have more health than I thought I did. Alright, we're down to 11 stamina. But he can only be hit 1 more time, so. Total of 8 for, or well, a roll of 8 for a total of 19. That's not good. That's not good on my end. I got hit again. Alright. I'm keeping my luck points for now. Until I need them. Because who knows what's going to happen after this fight. Alright, he rolled a 7. For a total of 18. And I rolled an 8. Oh. I rolled an 8 for a total of 20. We have killed the Warlock. We've done it. We've killed him. We've killed him. He's expecting you. 142. This wasn't the actual, like, combat one. I just wanted to have him on the thing, so... 142. If you win, go to 396. Ooh. Further. With the Warlock now defeated, you know your quest is almost over. You approach the door with 2 locks. There are no keys around. You retrieve 2 keys from your pack and try them in the locks. They turn. You open the door and peer around. Turn to 242. If you have no keys, you may try to break down the door. And you will do at a cost of almost all of your stamina. Reduce your stamina by 5 and enter the room. I have 2 keys. I have key 99 and key 111. So, yeah, I don't have to reduce anything. 242. $242. The doors open to reveal a small, dimly lit room. The walls are hung with ornate curtains, laced in silver and gold. A single flame burns in one corner, throwing light on a low table in the middle of the floor. On this table is a large chest. You step up to investigate the chest, and from all around, yet from nowhere, a mysterious sound fills the room. It sounds like the rumbling of thunderclouds preparing to make storm. You approach the chest and can see that it is held shut by 3 locks. 3 locks. As you approach, the noise gets louder. Will you... 3 locks? I thought it said 2. Huh. Alright. We're going to try 139. So I had to have 2 locks to get in, but I have to have 3 locks to get in. Okay. I just want to see what happens if I go to 139. I feel like hacking it is probably going to be quicker, but... During your adventure, you will have come across various keys that should have been some of these. You may now use 3 of these keys to try to open the... Okay. To determine whether you have the right keys, add their 3 numbers together. Now turn this... Well... Let me just read that out. During your adventure, you will have come across various keys and should have collected some of these. You may now use 3 of these keys in order to open the locks on the chest. Each key is identified with a number. You determine whether you have the right keys, add their 3 numbers together. Now turn to the section that has the same number as the total, where you will discover whether you have used the correct keys. If you do not have 3 keys, this is where you end your journey. You sit on the chest and weep as you realize you have to explore the mountain once more in order to find the keys. That's messed up. That's so messed up. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Huh. Well, I guess that's the end of that. But just for the sake of it, we're gonna try to bash. We're gonna see what would have happened if I would have tried to bash it open instead. I don't think this is gonna be any better. I'm gonna be honest with you. And the thing is, well, we'll get to that at the end. I'll go over. I'll go over what I think about everything in a bit. So I need to go back to 242 is where I need to be. Okay, hack at the box with your sword and try to split it open. 379. I'm guessing it's just gonna be like, nah. As you prepare to strike the box, the rumbling sound gets louder. You lift your sword high and prepare to strike. As your blade comes down on the box, a loud crack deafens you, and from one corner of the room, a small bolt of lightning darts through the air to the sword hilt, sending you reeling across the room. Test your luck. If you're lucky, your sword is shattered and lies on the floor, but you manage to release your grip just before the lightning struck. If you're unlucky, your charred remains have formed a small black outline on the floor. Next time, do not try to strike the chest. Huh. Huh. I guess we should see if I get evaporated by lightning. I've got 9. I rolled a 7. I got lucky. I can try the keys for my rucksack, in which case I don't have enough keys. There we have it, everybody. There we go. We did it. We've completed we completed the Warlock of Firetop Mountain. We fought a dragon and defeated it. Then we fought a warlock and defeated it. Then we found a chest that we just could not open. It's great. No, yeah, that's legitimately it. In case you're curious, here is the map. Somewhere in one of these dead ends. Specifically down here, because these are the only places that I haven't been able to explore. Which is messed up, because I don't think I ever had the option of going back along these corridors, at least as far as I am aware. Like, these corridors all have, like, intersection numbers, right? And, like, give you directions and how to get back to them and everything. They kind of circle through. Maybe it's just the way I explored. Things never, like, connected and circled through. But I was never really able to go back and explore these, like, dead-end sections. So somewhere in there's another key. Perhaps this way as well, or this way, because I didn't explore either of those tunnels off of this, once I got across the river, I just went through the door, which led into the maze. So I imagine somewhere in here there's another key that you can find, and yeah. So if you want to actually finish and see the treasure and everything, you can find PDF pretty easy of this game, or of this book. Maybe at some point, maybe I'll do a roundup at some point if we play more of these, and I'll go back and like see like the alternate ending, or like like look through and see some more interesting encounters and stuff. So we'll actually, like, we can take a look at it later, things like that. So I'm gonna flip back over here for now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out this the lip sync thing. Give me 1 second. Okay, let's see if that's better for a minute. I think I'm gonna stop the YouTube broadcast for now. It's because I'm dropping a few frames, and I'd rather have one that's good quality that I can upload to YouTube later. Especially since we're gonna go into like a dragon in a minute. But first, I'm gonna give some more of my thoughts about what we just did. Yeah, so I enjoyed that. It's definitely super old school. You know, it's a choose your own adventure book, so that's already kind of old. It's an old school RPG combined with it, like just straight up, and it was really fun. It was fun to map and kind of figure out where I was. Once the things started piecing together, that was fun. I like that it gives you option, like some of it gives you several options, and I like that you have the character sheet, and that went well. Like, it was easy to follow. It was easy to like keep up with the stats and everything. I personally wish I would have explored some of the earlier areas more, so I would have. Sorry, excuse me. Would have been able to complete the game, but for what it was, I think it was a lot of fun. I'm planning on playing more of these later, because the reason I wanted to get into playing Fighting Fantasy in the first place is because it's I realized I did not update my stream title for the whole time. That's okay. My category was wrong as well. Okay. Anyway. Sorry, I've flooded myself now. But anyway, as I was saying, the reason I wanted to play these in the first place is because I'm a big Dark Souls, Elden Ring fan. I want to go back and play Dark Souls 1 and Elden Ring before the DLC, so I'll probably be doing that on this channel as well. But Fighting Fantasy has been noted as being a big influence on From Software, like design and stuff. I don't think we got as much in this one because this was very generic. Being the first one, it's very how do I put it? It's very classic fantasy. You got goblins and orcs and the warlock and things like that. But some of the monster design I've seen is very similar to some things that From Software has done in their games, especially like Elden Ring. Uh, so I think that'll be interesting. We're gonna go through a couple more of these. I don't know when, but definitely before June when the DLC comes out for Elden Ring. And like I said, I'll also be playing through Dark Souls 1 and Elden Ring, hopefully before that comes out. Um, yeah, and I'm a big RPG fan in general, so I wouldn't mind playing more solo RPGs on the stream as well. Um, I mentioned it last time I was playing this, but there's a solo RPG called 2D6 Dungeon, which has a lot of the mapping things that this does, except more gamified and is actually like an element of the game itself. You kind of like roll as you're playing for the rooms that you're encountering, and the idea is to go like deeper into the dungeon and go through 10 levels. So I wouldn't mind playing that at some point after I play a few of these. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. I'm a little disappointed in the way that it ended, but it always had the possibility to end that way for sure. It's one of those kind of games, and I don't think it's worth the time on stream to go back through and replay it. Like, if you were doing it on your own, it would be a lot quicker, but like I don't think I want to take the time to go back through and try to get the good ending or whatever. Because we have a lot, or if we're gonna play more of these, there's a lot of them, and I think it would be. This one was fine, but I don't think it was particularly interesting story wise. It's like I said, it's pretty generic RPG, generic fantasy, which is totally fine. Like I said, this was written in the early '80s, so it's definitely influenced by uh, like regular, like old school D&D first edition AD&D, things like that. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna go grab something to drink and another snack real quick. Uh, I'm gonna flip off. I'm gonna switch off the YouTube stream as well. Try to see if I can get it stopped. It's not dropping a ton of frames, but I would prefer it to drop none